Here is how I make $20,000 a month selling microgreens from my living room. I'm just joking, it's fake. It's a decoration for my 3D printing filming set. Here is how we're going to add texture and lighting to make it look great. I got the keys from my dream studio. It was empty, so let's go to Harbor Freight and buy some of these. These are on sale. It was very difficult to put together. For the past year, I was filming my printers in the bathroom. Now they have their own room with more ventilation, but it looks very bland. This light bar and lasso of truth came from IKEA. This light has a tinge of warm. The light bar is really warm. The light that came with the table is super cool. The gradient bouncing off the black looks beautiful. We need some green, so I shopped through all the plants. In the succulents, I found this really green ogre's ear. It looks great, but it's the texture of this one. I got a roll of this, and I picked up a few cool color cans of satin colors. Lately, I've been using plaster on the plaster goddess piece. I'm always fast at getting at the finale, so I'm going to try some of this spackling. This white and light blue gray is going to complement my footage. This spackling is really light, so it took a while to get used to the compound, and it sticks differently than plaster. I really had to fight up the instincts of wanting to play with it or eat it. It actually doesn't taste good. I'm just joking, this is marshmallow. Marshmallow. The first board took like 15 minutes to cover, the second board 10 minutes to cover. It finally hit me what this stuff reminded me of. It reminded me of Philadelphia cream cheese. You know, the stuff you put on a hot dog. As it starts to dry, it resembles a cake that's been left out overnight. Bouncy, dry frosting. First coat, I'll use chalk gray. Pretty fast I ran into a problem. It's hard to cover this large area with the small spray nozzle on the can. Next, I spray it with a can of satin blue, having the same coverage issue. To fix that, I use a lighter shade of blue. That just made the blotches worse. I'm gonna have to old school it with acrylic paint. A little bit of a lot of it, gloss medium, some blue, Taco Bell blue. A little dash dump of chameleon mica powder. After mixing it, the mica powder did nothing. The paint was kind of thick, so I added water ever so often. I did not want to totally cover up the blue. I did like the shades of blue, and I did spend money on those cans. After a few coats, it started to look like a fine arts piece that you'll buy back in the 1980s. I want this piece to scream, I own a cellular phone in my car. When securing the lights, I realized that they made this out of silicone so nothing sticks to it. Zip ties to the rescue. The lights were beautiful, but the cords were a mess. One drawer was designated just for the cords and the switches. Perfect timing, the paint is dry. Let's install the backboards. Now I don't have to peg anyone anymore. I'm bored anymore. Now I need a small light that goes over the printers. Most lights that you buy are warm, so make sure that you have a lot of blue in the scene. You want to contrast the deadness of machines with waves and some organic stuff. And who remembers the double dead buttons? The pegging session on the other desk is done. Let's wipe it down. To bridge these two work desks together, I need a middle table, which I found at IKEA in the sale section. Look at these punch lights. In that middle cabinet, it's very dark, so I'm going to use this punch light to light up the baby bunny paws. When I was at Michael's, the canvases were on sale. Buy two, get two free. I got the perfect usage for it. This canvas is 48 inches tall. I hope I have enough of this fake plant. Flipped over the canvas and then clipped it. Just so happened there was a peg and a hole ready for me to clip them together. What would we do without pegging? Clip the excess and the fit is perfect. Sign the canvas and it's time to paint it with a dark forest green. I love using acrylic paints because it dries very fast. After securing, I tried it out on the left wall. Everything in the scene is very horizontal, so I needed something vertical. I'm not entirely sure what the word feng shui means, but it feels very shui. And when I designed the space, I wanted everything to feel connected. Even though everything came from different kinds of stores, Michael's, IKEA, Harbor Freight, Lowe's, Home Depot, and the textures too. This is very waxy. The texture of these waves is very matte. And the cases of the machines are very glossy and reflective. And I hope I inspire you to consider a lot of extra things about your workspace.